So let's keep talking about probability. And for these next problems, we're gonna have to know a little bit about cards. Yes, you need to learn this fair game for me to use cards on the quiz or the test. So make sure you can answer questions about cards. So here's a little rundown. There are, in a deck of cards, there are a total of 52 cards. We're not going to deal with jokers or wilds or anything like that. A deck of cards is made up of 4 suits here. They're the hearts, the clubs, the diamonds, and spades. Each one of these has 13. So there are 13 spades, and there are 13 clubs. You can see from our picture here, half of those are red. The hearts and diamonds are red. That would give us 26 red cards and 26 black cards. And last are my face cards. The face cards are literally the ones with faces on them. So an ace is not a face card. The face cards are only the people. So there are 3 people, the jack, the queen, and the king. They're the 4 suits. So that gives me a total of 12 face cards. You don't need to worry about if aces are highs or lows or anything like that. Basically, you could just think about it being the number 1. We're not going to be asking you anything about any specific gambling game or poker or anything like that. And then last here, there are 4 of each number or person. So there are 4 aces, there are 4 threes, there are 4 jacks as we're going along. All right, so let's look at some of these probabilities down at the bottom. Again, that capital P just means to find the probability. So the probability of finding a king, like I said, there are 4 of each of those types, is 4 out of 52. Our calculator will help us reduce that down to 1 out of 13. The probability of a heart. There are 13 hearts, so it's 13 out of 52. Our calculator will reduce that down to 1/4. Some people might have thought about that in terms of those suits there and said that there are 4 suits and 1's a heart and could get 1/4 that way. And that's a perfectly fine way to think about it. I'm kind of skipping that step of having to reduce it down. So either way, we'll get down to the same answer. All right, here's that pausing again. Pause the video, take a second and see if you can do C and D based off those numbers that I wrote up there at the top. Please really do try these, just like if we were in class. All right, hopefully you've come back from that pause. Out of the red cards, there are 26 of those and 52 total cards, so that is 1/2. Again, some people might have gone automatically to that 1/2, knowing half are black and half are red, and that's fine as well. And then the probability of a face card. There are 12 face cards out of 52. So that is 3 out of 13. I don't care if you don't show the initial setup for these, but to get full credit, you do have to show the reduced answer. So I need that answer that I've got highlighted there. That's what's going to get you full credit for these problems. All right, we've only got one more example in this section. So we'll go ahead and finish it up. It's not related to cards, but it's super quick. So we'll go ahead and do this. We're going to find our probability again, but this time I've given you a chart over here that's going to follow stocks and kind of their prices there. So in order to have the probability, we do have to find the total. So we need to add up all those numbers. So we're going to add up everything we see in that count. We just type that in our calculator, and that's going to give us 150. So that'll be my denominator of my fraction for the probability. So we're going to find the probability of the stock is below 150. So below 150 would be at this point. So I'm going to add up what I've got circled there. 8 plus 32 plus 19 is going to give me 59. So my answer would be 59 over 150. And that's not going to reduce down. So I'm going to leave it exactly like that. 59 over 150. You can always check if it will reduce in your calculator. I know everybody's got different calculators, so that's something I'll be glad to show you in class if you're still not sure on how to do that. but we do want our answers as fractions, not as percents. Last one, find the probability that the stock is $100 or more. So $100 or more, it's going to be what I've got in green right here. So it would be 19 plus 19 plus 20 plus 52. So that adds together to give me 110, and the total is 150. This will reduce down into 11 over 15 to get my final answer. When we come back to class, I'll be happy to answer any questions over any of these sections, and then we're going to keep going with some more probabilities, so we'll definitely get a little bit more practice. But please let me know if you have any questions at all.